Hello and welcome to In Conversation with the Grand Theatre. My name is Melissa Mahady Wilton and I'm the Dance Engagement Coordinator for the City of Kingston. Today it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Crazy Smooth, the Artistic Director and Choreographer of BBoyizm. Known for its motto, dance to express, not to impress, BBoyizm is one of the freshest, most creative forces in Canadian contemporary and urban dance today. Crazy Smooth is also Canada's Ambassador for International Dance Day 2012. We're delighted that today he's going to be interviewed by Crystal Lowe, one of Kingston's own youth ambassadors for dance. So sit back, enjoy, and learn all about the ism.
So hi Crazy Smooth, it's a pleasure to have you here with us today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, this is really exciting. I've seen a lot of your work and I'm definitely a fan. So where did Crazy Smooth come from? Where did that name come from?
Name.
It's such a cool name and there's always a story behind a really cool name.
Yeah, the story is pretty simple and innocent. I didn't have a b-boy name. Yeah. My real name is Yvon, and that's what I went by. And early on, a dancer from Montreal, his name was T Swift, Technical Swift, and he was, at the time, he was one of the best b-boys in Montreal. And somehow he came to Elmer, Quebec, and he had heard of me and my friends. And so he came to join us in our community center, and he said, listen, I'm gonna come to your spot, and we're gonna battle. And I don't have enough money to take the bus back to Ottawa, so if I win, you guys gotta pay my bus to go back. So we were like, there's four of us.
Yeah.
So he was like, who's this guy coming alone, you know?
Yeah.
And there's four of us, he thinks he's gonna be able to take us. Anyway, he came to the community center. He ripped us to shreds. And then after that, he asked me, so what's your b-boy name? And I said, I don't have one. My name is Yvon. He's like, no, you got, everybody has a b-boy name. We'll find you a b-boy name after practice. And then after practice, he said, okay, you move really, really fast. Mm-hmm. So we'll put crazy there. And then he said, but you're really controlled, and you, even though sometimes you might mess up, you never look like you make mistakes. It's always smooth. So he said Crazy Smooth.
And I know for BBoyizm that you guys work really hard to preserve the foundations of street dance, and that you dance to express and not to impress. And so is that something that's a really big goal of yours as an artistic director of BBoyizm?
Yeah, I mean, it's the mandate of the company and the philosophy that I carry for personally and in my choreography. So to say dance to express, not to impress, doesn't take away from the acrobatics of street dance and of b-boying. You know, it's there. Yeah. It's just the intention of a dancer when is to express himself purely. It doesn't really, it has no choice but to be impressive. Mm-hmm. When somebody is pure and does it, there's something more, you know, and that's something is what I call the ism.
So what does community engagement mean to you?
Well, first of all, for me and for the company, that's where we come from. We come from the community. So if you take your camera and then after the show and you're trying to find the dancers, you won't necessarily be able to find them because they look like Joe Blow that's in the crowd as well. So we come from the community, and so everything that has to do with outreach work and community work is second nature to us, because before we got on stage, that's what we were doing, you know. And while we're on stage, I still have my classes in my community that I teach. When I think of the people that have influenced me over the years, in school, you always have you have a bunch of teachers, but you have that one teacher that sends you, gives you the wings to fly in a certain direction. So if I or anybody else from the company could be that for people. It's great. The end result really is the objective is to give back to the community, to be in the community, and share and hopefully open people's minds. For as a street dancer, I would say facilities is definitely a challenge. I live in Gatineau, Quebec, which is right next to Ottawa, and we used to, and we still do, but we used to go practice at the Ottawa University, and we went through years of going there, bringing the sound system, dancing, and then security comes. You gotta leave, blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, but we're students here. So, no, you need a permit, you need this, you need that. But we're just dancing. Get out. Okay, then we go, we sneak in a hall somewhere else, and we practice like we just want to dance. So that is still a challenge. We're in a time where the media is back into it in a really intense way. I would say even more intense than in the 80s, because there's more money injected into that. But at the same time, it proves to be a challenge because sometimes people get into it for the wrong reasons, or they have different expectations. Like when you're getting to something like street dance, it's just like skateboard or anything else. You can't. I mean, some people are that talented and that physically agile or whatever that they could pick up fast. But even at that, you need a certain amount of years of training. You need the bruises to prove, and so it's a challenge. Like for me as an artist sometimes, and I see the kids, they come into the class and they're so excited because they saw it on TV. But there's no secrets. You gotta. It's hard work. The creation actually of ism was from those challenges. How do I come to the stage and not water down my stuff? And do the same thing Alvin Ailey would do, on the stage. So to overcome it is also to use it as a motivation. We're touring nationally and like going all over from Canada's a big country, from the West Coast to the East Coast, and to show people that you could go on the Grand Theater stage and do b-boying, or to do whacking, or to do locking, or to do whatever. You could do it in a professional way. So it is a challenge, but at the same time, it's starting to change. Dance to express, not to impress. I'll finish with that one. BBoyizm, crazy smooth. Au revoir, peace, 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 peace.